I said on all the social medias, if we got 500 subscribers, we would do a Q&A. So here it is, live feed here on YouTube. First time we're doing it. Um, if you join in at any time, be sure to ask away any questions, and I will try to answer them the best I can. Um, it can be coast related, non-coast related, anything. It's whatever you guys want to know. So yeah, you can ask anything, um, coast related, non-coast related. I'll try to answer anything. I see one person watching. If you got a question for that one person that's watching, go ahead, send that question our way and try to answer it. It's like the Pink Floyd song. Is there anybody out there? Oh, we got two people now. Three. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. So if you're just new to join into the stream, we're doing a Q&A for 500 subscribers. Go ahead and ask anything. It could be coast related, non-coast related, and we'll try to answer it the best we can. Can ask away anything. Anything at all. Anything at all. And anybody out there? One person still. I know who that one person is. Anybody out there? I swear it's not me. Well, that's the only person watching, so. You can ask anything. One person that's watching, you can ask anything. Anything coast related, non coast related. Go right ahead. I just don't want to look like nothing's happening on the live stream chat. Still nothing? Must be a tough crowd. Alright, if you're just now joining the chat, I guess not. Yes, I know. Me and Coasters Worldwide needs to come back up to Cedar Point. It's kind of hard right now getting a new job and everything. Actually, not visiting Kings Island that much. Nothing? No one wants to know anything? Don't want to know my thoughts on Steel Vengeance or Twisted Timbers, Mystic Timbers, Banshee, Diamondback, a certain park that we've been to? Nothing? My thoughts about Steel Vengeance. It's amazing. I've got about 4 rides on it. Back row's the best row, and night rides are the best rides. I just love how intense it is. Um, drop, you get a nice flow of airtime. Everything else is more ejector, but you get that nice mixture of hills, inversions, and speed all combined into one. I can't say enough good things about that ride. 10 out of 10 would ride it again. Duh. Coaster team, what's up, man? If you got any questions, go ahead and ask them. It could be coast related, non-coast related. I'll try to answer it the best I can. Yes, back row and night rides are the best on Steel Vengeance. But there's an even better ride, Mystic Timbers. Just kidding. Mystic Timbers. Back when everyone thought they were going to add trims to it. A single person could probably guess which video is on my YouTube right now. That is playing in the background. I'm hoping they'll get all 3 trains running on Steel Vengeance. I haven't heard if Blackjack's still commissioned yet. I know Digger and Chess are still running. I heard that they were going to add more trims to it, and that they were going to hopefully put all 3 trains on. What was that mess? What was that question again? I saw something about Scream Extreme and Catwoman's Whip. I know they're the same ride. I know Catwoman's Whip came first of the 2. I don't know what the first actual Zamperla Endeavor was, but I know that Catwoman's Whip was the first one. Those are actually really fun rides. I rode the Enterprise last year on its last day of operation at Kentucky Kingdom. If you haven't seen that, I actually have a full ride cycle and a vlog from that day out on the channel. But when they said that they were going to be removing Enterprise, kind of figured that they wouldn't just leave that pad empty, and then they put Scream Extreme there in its place, it's a great replacement. It's like you take an old dog and teach it new tricks. It's the same type of ride, just goes a little bit higher, and the open air that makes it a little bit better. If you saw it on Instagram today, one of the things we shared on the story was apparently over at Railblazer at California's Great America, there's a T-Post challenge where you ride the ride like this. A whole ride. Well, and a couple pictures that we had took when we were down there last Saturday at Kentucky Kingdom, there's a couple people doing that. Mentioned Inside CGA on Instagram about it, and I guess it's spreading. If you haven't, be sure to follow Inside CGA on Twitter and Instagram. They do some great work about not only Great America, but almost all the California parks. And right now they're overseas, and I don't know if they've ran into Taylor and Chad from Coaster Studios and OVC, but they were at the same parks today. Catwoman's Whip, Dizzy. I can see that. It's a little forceful. Talk about trims. Elaborate more. I don't understand what the whole question was. Still no one's guessed what's playing on the TV in the background on YouTube. On Steel Vengeance. Okay. The trims on Steel Vengeance, what about them? I'm trying to put 2 and 2 here together. All I know is Steel Vengeance and trims. Yeah, I know it has trims since they had the accident on opening day. They added those. Taylor is in Europe and he doesn't like France. I don't know. And what are trims? Basically, like on a little hill or something, when you have like a magnetic brake or magnetic brake or a friction brake, it just slows the train down a little bit. What I think of Scream Extreme, I think it's a great replacement for Enterprise. I said it earlier in the live feed. It's like you take an old dog and teach it new tricks. It's a little bit better because it goes a little bit higher and it's a little more forceful on the when you come down and then go back up on that down part. It's more forceful and it's more open air, so you're not just combined uh, in that little car anymore. You're in an open air seat. You got a harness, and it's a little bit. It's better. That was of the 2018 stuff that they added at Kentucky Kingdom. That was probably one of the favorites that I was looking forward to. I hate that I got down there almost a month after it opened, but I mean, it is what it is. I loved it too. It's a good ride, and I think if a park decides to remove their Enterprise, they should look into getting a replacement, the Zamperla Endeavor model. Park comes to mind with Cedar Point if they ever get rid of Witch's Wheel. But I don't know how true that would be if they remove it or not. Now, whatever Kentucky Kingdom gets next year, that's going to be interesting too, because I've heard roller coasters, I've heard nothing, but probably a roller coaster because it's the 30th anniversary of the park. 30th anniversary of the park in general. Any other questions? Could be about anything. Coaster related, non-coaster related. I think they're gearing up for another coaster as well. I mean, it's been since it would be 3 years. Yeah, 3 years since Storm Chaser. So it'll be. I mean, it won't be time, but with the lineup that they have, I feel like they still need another certain coaster. I don't know. I want to say like a B&M Floorless, but I don't know if that would be the right thing to say because there's so many different options you could do. But I mean, you need something that's not. They need something that's nice and not as forceful as like Lightning Run and Storm Chaser, where you're constantly out of your seat. Like something with the mix of T3 and a, as not a slower version, but a not as forceful version of like Lightning Run, but with inversions. And I'm hoping. I don't know if it's in the budget for the park or not. I'm hoping it is. Possibly a B&M. Invert wouldn't work out that well. I wouldn't mind seeing another launched wing, but given how Holiday World's not even an hour and a half to 2 hours from that park, it would be kind of crazy to market that. But like a B&M Floorless, I think would work. I don't think they'll go with a stand-up. Not a single park has built a stand-up in God knows how long. They could do a flying coaster as the only one that's close to I have my top favorite parks in the U.S. Oh. I think a flying coaster, I mean, you have number one is not number one. The closest similar ride to a B&M Flyer would be Firehawk, which is about 2 hours, which is about 2 hours north. And I mean, there would be two different rides. One would be a lot smoother too. I mean, Firehawk's not that bad, but it's got that Vekoma touch. Yes, at Kings Island. Coaster team, I don't. Are you just stating your top 3 parks or top 10 in the U.S.? Vekoma touch. Now, keep in mind, I don't mind in Vertigo. I think that's a great ride at Kings Island. Um, yeah, it's got a little bit of headbanging, but it's one of those Vekomas that's actually fun. I didn't mind like a Carowinds. Um, Carowinds, I didn't mind Nighthawk. I think Firehawk was a little bit better. Nighthawk is a little bit older. Um, and then Flying Aces are good. Hey Sam, how's it going, bud? T3's a hit and miss. I actually on opening day I had a good ride on it. I didn't. My legs weren't feel like being chopped off or anything like that. Um, it was fun. So that's my top 5 parks. All right. Now, of the 2 SLCs that I've rode, Thunderhawk at Michigan's Adventure I think is better, mainly because uh, it still has the original trains that came with the ride, I believe. And I mean, I think that ride's a little bit better. It might be a little bit bigger, a bigger model of it, but I don't know. Man, I wish I was 5 minutes from Kentucky Kingdom. I actually don't know when we will be getting back to Kentucky Kingdom. I want to get back there soon, because there's still a whole bunch more different videos that I want to do at the park. Um, the same with Kings Island, Cedar Point, um, Holiday World a little bit, Indiana Beach as well. I've also thought about going to um, Strickers, or not Strickers Grove. I'm newer to your channel. Where are you from? Around Dayton, Ohio. Home park is Kings Island. So if you're new to the channel and you look at most of the content, it's almost all Kings Island, mainly because that's practically where I kind of live. About 40 minutes from where I'm at now. So try to cover up a lot of that park too. All right, Coaster Team. See you soon. I'm also another thing I would like to see Kentucky Kingdom get is a B&M Hyper. I don't know how well that would work with Diamondback being 2 hours north. I could see them possibly doing, instead of the open air seating, the 4 in a row, like they did with Mako, Fury 325. But I don't know how you would possibly market that with the area around it, because you can't say it's the tallest in the region, because you've got Diamondback. You in the park, I believe, if I remember correctly, they can't build over 200. They can dig. They can dig probably, but they can't. I love Kings Island. Kings Island's a fun park. You haven't been since 2006. Holy crap! A lot has changed since then. I understand that with the airport. Son of Beast with a Loop, I remember riding that. It was fun. Um, it was fun. It was a little shaky. I rode in the back row. I remember it because it was like 9, 10, something like that. You don't know. Wait, about 7 or 8, and I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack when I got off. But I know After they removed that loop, it just got worse. I rode it once with and without the loop, and that was it. At that point in time, I wasn't too keen on roller coasters. I was more of the flat ride person. What coaster do you think they will build at Kennywood? I'm with three things here. I want to see a GCI there, mainly because of the wood coasters they have there now. I didn't mind when we visited last year. I didn't mind the two. I wouldn't mind seeing. I know RMC's been thrown around a couple times, but I've also heard that they're not in the bidding for that anymore. And then another rumor that's came up is Intamin. And the Intamin could be a family coaster, something like Cheetah Hunt or Maverick. I mean, I think something like Maverick would fit good in that spot that they've got right there. If anything, I would either have to go with an Intamin. I'm interested to see what happens with that though, because the two numbers that they've released are 197, which could be height. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be length. That'll be a really short coaster, so it's probably going to be 197 feet tall. And then the second number was 3 that they released on Thursday. So that 3 inversions, 3 launches. Who knows? It could also be. I mean, with an RMC, 197 could be the tallest Raptor if they wanted to go with a Raptor. 3, I don't see it with the if they went with an RMC Raptor. I don't know what 3 would work well with, because I don't think Wonder Woman and Railblazer have 3 inversions, so that they could do that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they could do the 3 inversions on a Raptor if they went with a Raptor. But whatever coaster comes to that park, I'm sure it'll be well received and everything. I'd also be interested to see if Kentucky Kingdom gets a Raptor or T-Rex. I forgot all about that because I remember in an interview with Ed Hart, he said that they were looking at another model from Rocky Mountain. But I don't think there's a bad ride at Kennywood. Phantom's Revenge is obviously the number one. I would put Jackrabbit at 2, and then Phantom's Revenge, Jackrabbit. I think they should go with B&M again, just like I want to see him do that, but not a stand up. I want to see him do like a floorless. The only problem with that is the price tag. That's the only thing that's gonna get me if they go with another B&M, is if they go with a B&M, if it'll be longer, more spread out or something like that, or compact to save money, or if they're just gonna go all out and try to build this like 200-foot ride and everything like that. No stand up this time. I agree. I only rode 2 stand ups. And 0 out of 10 would not do it again. We'll leave it at that. Also, just saw it. Jessica C., thank you for subscribing. It means a lot. Surprised no one's asked about the Kings Island. 2 stand-ups. What was your other King Cobra? Actually, it was not. The first one I rode. I'm not old enough. I knew about King Cobra at the Kings Island, but I wasn't tall enough and old enough to ride King Cobra. The only 2 that I've actually rode are Mantis at Cedar Point and Vortex at Carowinds. I'm hoping, I don't know when, um, I'm trying to, I know Great America doesn't have one anymore because they moved that to America. So the only one closest to me would be probably, I think, over Georgia. Either over Georgia or Great Adventure. Because the other parks around me, which within 5 hours or less, don't have a stand up. I do know back in 2015. Yeah, I think it was 2015 when they removed Shockwave at Dominion. I wanted to go down there and visit that park for the first time, but it ended up not happening. So we ended up going in 2017 last year and everything. I actually, see if I can grab it real quick without knocking everything down. One of the random things that I collect, buttons. Got a Mantis button on eBay. I do wish they would. With the last coasters that Cedar Fair's done, do you ever go to Dollywood? I've never been. It's a fun park. It's the coasters are pretty good. It's all spread out, which is nice, and it's just it's it's in the mountains, so you have to walk a lot. I mean, it's not that bad. The only thing I would go back to Dollywood again, mainly because last time we went with FYE coasters in April of last year, it was cold and rainy. It was weird. The night we got there, we went to the park. It was 80 degrees. We got a run ride on Wild Eagle, and then thunderstorm came through. Next morning, 40 degrees and rainy all night, all day. It was we got two rides and a rollback on Lightning Rod, and that was fun. We got every other coaster road, and it was fun. I don't know when I will be back to that park. I want to go back with my buddies. Um, I'm hoping I it might be this year, it might be next year, it might be when they do the land when they if they open up this new land. Whenever they do. I know they're supposed to, I knew that whole leak happened and they were supposed to be getting a new area of the park. So it depends on scheduling and everything like that. Same with Kentucky Kingdom, Holiday World, Cedar Point, Kennywood, Indiana Beach. I'm still trying um, to get to Camden Park. Some of you that watch this later might ask, why would you want to go to Camden Park? It's Camden Park. Um, yeah, I know they don't have the old Screaming Demon from Kings Island anymore. They scrapped that, and there's the only one closest to here is in Oklahoma. It's either Oklahoma or Colorado. I've been there. Which park? I named off like 6, 7. Camden, okay. Yeah, I've wanted to get there. It looks like a fun little park. They've got 4 coasters now. Um, I know they've got 2 wooden. I think it's Big Dipper, Little Dipper. Then they have one of the the kitty spinning coasters that are popping up every now and then. And then their Dark Ride is actually a coaster because it has a lift and a drop. Nothing like rewatching some old footage. Oh, okay. I've heard good things and bad things about the park. Um, it's just one of those things where I want to experience it to have my own opinion instead of going off of somebody else's. But I mean, it looks like it's a very small park. Yes, so are Coney Island, Stricker's Grove, stuff like that. And a lot of the rides there are old school and vintage, except for like two, the two latest ones, the spinning family spinning coaster, and then they got a cyclist model, which those are actually pretty fun. And surprising none of the Cedar Fair chain, no park in the Cedar Fair chain has a frisbee that goes upside down. They're all, yeah, it is getting run down. If they would sell it to another company, and then that other company would do some good things to the park. Granted, they probably don't have the money with being so close. Um, they probably don't have the money and the business. I mean, they'll probably have the business, but they won't have that much business because I mean, you have. I don't know how far away it is. I could probably look it up real quick, but you have Kings Island, Kentucky Kingdom, and then depending on where you're at, you could also have Kennywood, which that might be a long ways from there, or you have Dollywood as well, and then probably King's Dominion along with Kings Island. So I don't know. I I would like to see that park get a new coaster at some point in time. Who knows when? But it would be kind of cool to see that uh, park get revitalized. And that's another reason why I want to get to the park in case it does. Like, I'm not saying it will, but you never know with parks nowadays. They could announce tomorrow, like, hey, we're closing after this year. Go get your last rides. I'm actually gonna look that up right now. Yeah, they could do a lot of track work and everything on the two wooden coasters. I, I think those are the only two that would actually need. I mean, do repaint like Coney. From what I've seen, I went to an actual. Um, if you don't know, Coney Island is on the Ohio River, and it's got a music venue right next to it, Riverbend and PNC Pavilion. I actually went to Riverbend to see a Slayer show. Slayer. Um, on their farewell tour. And when I pulled in, they had the giant Ferris wheel that's there till July 8th, which I need to get down there and do that. But they also, and I've seen it on the internet too, they painted almost all the rides. They put new signage up. Python cars got new wraps on them, everything like that. So it looks good. Camden could do that too. Camden could definitely do that and fix the place up a little bit. Let's see, from where I'm at, Camden is a good yeah, little touches like that would go a long way. The same thing could be said to Michigan's Adventure. I mean, I like that park for what it was, but it was just some of the stuff like tree trimming, bush trimming, cleaning ponds, stuff like that is just like this is not good. The new owner for sure breathed new life in that place. Yes, I wouldn't mind Ed Hart buy that park, revitalize it. I mean, look at what Ed Hart's done with Kentucky Kingdom. I mean, he's done a lot for that park. Second time around owning it, and he's been bringing in all this tourism and everything, and it's been paying off good for them. Ed, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Come on, computer. All right. Let's try this now. All right, from my house, from where I'm at now, to Camden Park, it'd be 2 hours and 39 minutes. From Camden Park to, let's say, Kentucky Kingdom, 3 hours, 64 minutes. To Kings Island, 2 hours, 50 minutes. I also forgot about Beach Bend. You also have Beach Bend in Kentucky. Never been there. Camden Park to Kennywood is 4 hours and 32 minutes. Beach Bend, let's see here. Camden to Beach Bend is 4 hours and almost 4 hours and 58 minutes. And then the last one, Kings Dominion, 5 hours and 53 minutes. That one's not that bad. We'll try Carowinds as well. 5 hours, 13 minutes. And the last one, Dollywood. Dollywood's 4 hours and 58 minutes. So I don't know. The closest park is Kings Island for Camden. So I don't know how they could market stuff like that. I just watched this video. So it'd be interesting to see what they do at that park. Does anybody have any suggestions for upcoming videos that you would like to see? If you do, comment them below. And I can try to do them the best that I can. I've thought about reviews of rides and parks. I've thought about doing those, and I'll be completely honest about that. I don't know if I want to do them or not. That's the only thing. Granted, yes, I know almost all the coaster YouTubers sometimes have like reviews and stuff like that. I don't want to say I don't like doing them, but I don't want that impression on me. Do Slingshot at Kings Island. I've actually done that. It's I have the reverse POV on the channel. I actually did that last year. I wouldn't mind seeing Kentucky Kingdom getting a smaller version of a Slingshot, but maybe kind of pushing it with the height barrier and everything. That's another thing. If you just heard Dale Earnhardt say, "Gentlemen, start your engines." When we were at Dominion in March, that was one of the things that was kind of disappointing, because you get on the ride and you're like, all right, let's go. And you don't hear that. You just start going up a lift. I don't know if they didn't have it ready or not last year or last March, but that's one of those things where it's like, where is it? All right. With that being said, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for getting us to 500 subscribers. As of right now, we are sitting at, as of this day, at June 17th, 2018. We are currently sitting at 5. 500. It's not 500 even. We're sitting at 504 subscribers, which, um, whenever if all 504 of these subscribers watch this video, or anybody new that comes to the channel watches this, thank you. Um, I don't do this for my well-being. I don't do it for profit. I do it. I travel and everything because um, it's started to become a passion. I just want to. I mean, it's a passion. It's a hobby. You can ask other people that too. I'm an enthusiast. I like to travel now because of traveling and all this. Um, Sean, thank you. Um, so to anyone that's watching this video after it goes off, I just want to say thank you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be to this point. Do what makes you happy. I'm trying. That's what everybody can say. They're trying. Um, yeah, if you're new to the channel, just scroll around. I've got a whole bunch of different types of videos on here. Um, a little bit of everything for everybody. One thing you will not find are reviews and ride reviews, park reviews, and like food tastings, all that. Um, that could change if, like, say I go to like Busch Gardens, or I don't know if Kings Island will ever get a festival again like they did with Brew and Barbecue at Cedar Point. But like if I go to like Busch Gardens, Carowinds, Dominion, Cedar Point for like Brew and Barbecue, Taste of the Carolinas, Taste of Virginia, stuff like that, and then maybe I'll have like food reviews, stuff like that on the channel. But right now there's not all that, but there's plenty of off-ride footage, plenty of park footage, um, not so much of POVs, and then also the full off-ride of flat rides. I've been starting to do that a little bit. Um, so with that being said, I'm going to be ending the live feed. Once again, thank you guys for um, watching, supporting everything. If you haven't already, be sure to go like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Um, Facebook's the more popular one, everything like that. And if you ever want to know when a new video goes live, be sure to click that little bell right when you click subscribe. Um, hit that little bell, and you'll find out whenever we get a new video up. Try to do one once every week if we have more, possibly more than one a week. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.